All right, first Walking Dead podcast in like 2 weeks. JP, your mic working over there?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's really nice.
Sounded nice and clear.
You hold it so strong like an ice cream cone.
It's not as delicious, though.
No, stop licking that, by the way. You've never just like licked or smelled one of these microphones?
Not once.
When no one's around, because there's hours when no one's around, it's just you. You've never been like, let me see what this tastes like?
Not ever once in my entire radio career.
All right, well, you're a stronger man than I am.
Yeah. So we're talking about the possibility of Lauren Cohan leaving The Walking Dead. I'm sure you've probably seen some articles. Yeah, she says that, basically it's not necessarily her saying anything. Her agents, her camp, I guess you could call it, are trying to get her a raise.
I'm planning on leaving The Walking Dead.
She's not quite that British.
She's not that British.
No.
I'm planning on leaving The Walking Dead, governor.
She's not a dude.
Too British? This is just a very burly woman.
Right, okay.
Anyway.
With a beard.
Oh, yeah.
But they were trying to get her more money, and I think they made her an offer, and she turned it down, and now they're just negotiating. But they say that since the rumor's been out there that she's renegotiating, and there's a chance she might not stay on the show. She's been getting pilot offers and other shows and stuff. So it's
lucky.
Just like a real relationship, man. You break up with someone, and within the next day, well, if you're a girl, the DMs just start lighting up.
Speak for yourself. It's like, what does DM stand for?
Direct message, right?
Oh, okay. Not going to say what I thought.
I've just said DMs for so long. I'm like, I had to stop and think. Like, wait a minute, is that direct message?
The lady breaks up, she's getting all them DMs.
So that's just the way it works. But so what do you guys think? Do you think that she would leave?
She's just fishing for more money, man. That's all this is. Yeah.
They say it's pretty common that basically they'll want, when their contract comes up for renewal, the actor will try to get more money. They'll make a modest offer, and the actor will turn it down, and then they'll go back. I think they're going to probably pay her what she wants. I mean, if she left right now, this is probably one of her biggest moments. I mean, she's becoming a leader of the hilltop. She's going to have a baby. I mean, there's a lot. If she'd have died off on the road to Alexandria, it probably would have been less ramifications than now. You know what I mean? I think there's more riding on her.
Yeah, they could still do some cool stuff with that, though, if they were to kill her off. I mean,
if they were to kill her off, I would be like, man, I wish I could go back in time and tell them, hey, Maggie is going to end up leaving you guys. Kill her instead of Glenn. And remember, you and I, Matt, our whole alternate storyline of where Maggie dies. And
we've got the scene filmed. We're fine.
Right, yeah,
we're good. Let's just do it
filmed it in my backyard, but I mean,
beautiful backyard.
Still,
it's just wonderful. It looked like the woods of Virginia, even though it's the woods of Virginia,
just not Northern Virginia.
Right.
But I don't see her leaving. I don't think that it's something that anyone would have to. I've seen a lot of people online are worried that she's actually going to walk, but I don't think that's going to happen.
People online are worried about everything.
Indeed. Yeah. What do you think, JP? Do you think she's going to go, or do you think that she would stay?
Well, in the comics, a little spoilerish stuff coming, but, Gregory poisons her. She doesn't die, but if that were to happen on the show and she does die, I mean, Jesus is all lovey-dovey. We don't kill if we don't have to. That would be his turn. Him to be the one to execute Gregory.
Gregory's execution in the comic is so satisfying, too.
Yeah.
To see Jesus being the one to
Yeah, if he were to break bad and take over the hilltop like that could be interesting.
But that's just something, if they did that, though, I'd be like, how many characters are we going to do this with? The whole, I refuse to kill. And then something happens where they're like, I have to kill. I mean, you've seen that with several. You've seen it with Carol, when she'd written down all the people she killed, and she didn't want to kill no more, and now she just kind of is back into the killing. Morgan didn't want to kill, now he's back into the thing. And I mean, again, I'm not downing the show, but I'm just saying, if they were to do that, I'd be like, dude, come on, man.
When does Lenny James leave the show?
I don't know. This season. I know it's this season.
He's going to be on Fear the Walking Dead next season.
I've heard
second half.
See, I haven't done as much reading about that. I need to, because I want to get back into Fear the Walking Dead. They were on Netflix, and I had said, okay, I'm going to catch up and get up to speed on that show so we can start podcasting about that, because I'll start podcasting about that just because Lenny James is on there. I like Morgan a lot. And it's, on Amazon now, JP?
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah, I can't. So, I don't know. I haven't read that much. I don't want to say anything and be wrong, but I think this season he's going to leave. And they say, I think I had read something about they're going to do a time jump in Fear the Walking Dead to catch them up or something. I don't know. I don't know.
They'll do a time jump, and then they'll have another series where it'll be those missing years. Fear the Walking Dead, the missing years.
This is probably common knowledge, so I'm sure the diehards are going to get mad that I don't know this.
Oh, I'm excited.
But have we ruled out the possibility that his interaction with Fear the Walking Dead didn't happen in between when Rick left him and now?
I think they did confirm that it's like happening in
current time.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Like I said, I haven't read that much on Fear the Walking Dead.
But how would he travel that far?
Helicopter man. You saw the helicopter riding that Rick saw?
Helicopter man. Just the guy that's Inspector Gadget.
Machine. I'm talking about the actual hero. You haven't heard of him? He makes his entrance in the premiere. Yeah, Helicopter man.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
It's amazing.
Angry
amazing
noises.
Sound effects.
Those are for our Flash fans.
Do it again.
They do it on the Flash with his hand vibrates. I can't. It's an angry helicopter noise.
That was really good. Is that what the sound actually is?
Yeah. Well, I just watched a lot of Inspector Gadget growing up, and that's what it sounds because it's Go-Go Gadget Copter.
Right.
It pops out of it. I want one of those hats. I don't think it was his hat though. I think it was his head. The propeller came out of his head.
That's a scary thought. But yeah, so I don't think Maggie's going to go anywhere. I definitely think they'll renegotiate. She's an important part of the show. If this was someone like Enid, I think they'd be like, all right, we'll just kill you off next episode, whatever.
Good call. We'll just go ahead and kill you.
Yeah, right. Well, we're going to save ourselves some money now, so cool. But
how much can they afford to pay these people, though? Because
a lot. They make a ton in ad revenue, man.
They do?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember at one point, and my number is wrong, so I'm going to say in between, but I know at one point, this is back in like season 3 or 4, they were making $8 to $11 million an episode.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, yeah, they can afford to pay these actors pretty handsomely.
Okay, so that's why they're filming in front of a green screen instead of in front of a real garbage dump. Try to save a little money here and there.
Side note, we weren't planning on this, but we'll discuss just a few things in the trailer that I've seen, that I've seen other YouTubers and read things about. I hate not to cite my source like comicbook.com and other, trailer breakdowns from channels I'm not familiar with, but because you said garbage people, so if you pay attention in the last trailer they just released for The Walking Dead, if you watch, you can actually see when Michonne and Rick are climbing and running away from these zombies, they're the garbage people. Because you see in the trailer, we did see in the first trailer, I think, you see Simon approaching Jadis in the garbage place, and you do see a gun being pulled on one of her lieutenants. And then the end of the trailer, I think this is the first trailer we saw, Jadis is wearing regular clothes and sitting on top of a pile of garbage crying. So I think that the Savior's going to roll in and just
kill her people,
take them out. And
she kind of deserves it.
But I mean, I wonder what their reason would be for leaving her alive, other than like seeing her people die. But nonetheless, do you think that I know
that's what Negan does, man? He takes everything that you love away from you so he can build you back up.
Maybe
so. They probably want to bring Jadis because they want her.
How many times
skills.
is Negan going to think he can tame someone who hates him though? Like he tried with Sasha, didn't work. Tried with Daryl, didn't work. Like who's he? I guess maybe Eugene. Yeah. He's after Eugene worked. He's like, That's only because Eugene. I was just bullshitting when I started this, but Eugene actually loves me. I'm going to keep trying.
I love that mullet-headed boy.
Mullet-headed.
He's still got that gym teacher deep inside of him. You know, he just can't.
That's not.
You know what's crazy is Martinez, going all the way back. Martinez was actually a gym teacher, too.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
I always feel bad when I hear news about gym teacher inside someone. Thank you.
But, we were originally just going to do this podcast to talk about Maggie, but real quick, just because we really have been kind of scraping for Walking Dead things to talk about. And just, once the show comes back on, this podcast will be on full force. But it's just been at this point where, like, all right, we could do it's already like
there's only so many
30 channels talking about this. But
there's only so many times you can talk about if Carl's alive or not.
Which he's not. Sorry. Carl's dead.
I'm surprised that people kept that going for so long, too.
They still are. Robert Kirkman at a panel recently, they said he was talking about he's not dead yet. He might live. He might not die or something to that effect. And now it's got people right back up in arms like, that's
We've got to figure out a way to keep them talking about The Walking Dead.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think he just said it trolling. Robert Kirkman, I think, has been known to troll. Robert Kirkman, just DGAF, man. He don't care. But so I'm trying to think. So with the trailer, the garbage people all dead. I'm trying to think where I was going with that. It was something else. I think coming
Jadis
from that
was on
trailer.
Top of the hill.
Well, Jadis was on top. Oh, that's it. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
So do you think there's a possibility that with all of her garbage people killed, Jadis could shave her head and start the Whisperers? Maybe start calling herself Alpha.
It's a fair assumption.
I saw a fan theory on that.
I mean, that's
online.
a good idea, but at the same time, I would just name yourself. I am Alpha. What?
The only reason it would work, I feel, is because she's already so screwed up in the head and the way she acts and things like that. It would make sense that she would become Alpha.
So who could her beta be?
I don't know because she doesn't have any. Well, the Beta's not a kid; it's a big dude. She probably could find a new group of people. Maybe.
Yeah, if they do like a 2-year time jump, there's definitely time for her to
Only thing is she has a daughter in the comics. Yeah, and I don't unless Jadis has kept her hidden. I don't think Jadis has a kid. With the garbage people there. So I don't know. We'll have to see, but I did see a fan theory online that was talking about a possibility of Jadis becoming alpha. But then again, I mean, they're killing Carl, so they don't always stick to the comics. It could be this Jadis doesn't. I mean, this alpha doesn't even have a kid, which therefore, being there's going to be no Carl, you don't have to have the whole Carl Lydia thing, but then they'll have to come up with a whole other reason for why they're going to war with them because that was a big driving force.
Yeah,
in the Whisperer War.
Whisperer.
I always hate when somebody says Whisperer War. I think that'd be a really quiet war.
I wonder if they
you suck worse.
If they do have the Whisperers,
Fire.
I wonder how they're going to handle that. Like, are they going to just have them always subtitled, or are they just going to turn mix the levels up when they're whispering, or what?
I don't know. Probably just zoom in real close.
That's funny.
Just zoom in real close.
Right on their mouths.
I can see the pores.
That would be funny.
But yeah, I don't know, man. And people want to see the Whisperers, and they've been begging for the Whisperers. But at the same time, I just feel like it would be throwing a little bit too much if they just jumped right into the Whisperers in the middle of the war. Like if maybe towards the end of the war, give us some clues that the Whisperers are coming. But I just, I hope they don't just. It's like, man, we're still trying to process everything happening with Negan. Now here come the Whisperers too. And for people that don't read the comics, that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
It really would take a lot of focus off of Negan. But yeah, man, have you two watched the trailers?
I haven't caught it yet, no.
Oh, man, it's 2 of them. You should definitely check them out.
I'll do that.
We see Negan killing someone in a coffin with like a power tool.
Whoa.
Yeah, like a nail gun or something. Like, it looks pretty brutal, man.
Should go back to Hook and like drop scorpions in it'll do a boo box kind of thing.
That scene messed me up as a child.
It was wild
because even as an adult, I contemplate. But he probably lived, right? I mean, scorpions sting, but very few are fatal.
Well, enough of them. I mean, imagine if like 10 of them are stinging.
Maybe they drop like 3 or 4 in there.
Bangarang.
Dude, I'm telling you, like you could get out of that situation. I mean, you would not out of the box. I mean, in that sense, you're screwed. But with the scorpions, they dropped them in. Man, I started rocking, trying to crush those bastards. Like,
the one main thing I remember from Hook is when he's like smashing the clocks. When Hook is trying to tell him like take his frustration, and he was like, "This is for not letting me blow bubbles in my chocolate milk." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, you tell him." And then my mother made me get up and leave.
I was gonna say, and then I started busting my parents' clocks, and I just got a whooping.
We had one. How many did you have?
Lots.
Oh, Mister, I grew up with a whole bunch of grandfather clocks. Oh my God! Every hour that had to be awful.
Who was the Boo Boo Box guy? That was a woman. What was the name? Was that Glenn Close? Is that who that was?
She is a handsome woman.
No, yeah, that was actually the person that was thrown in the Boo Boo Box was actually a female. It was portraying a male, but it was a
you're right.
One of those like cameo things.
I think that was Glenn Close.
Yeah, she played the Boo Boo Box guy.
I don't know where my phone is.
I'm telling you, that scene scarred me as a child. Like the Boo Boo Box.
Yeah.
The only thing that could have made it worse is if they threw the scorpions in, waited a minute, and just threw the box overboard. And I'm like, dude, that's a sucky way to die.
Good movie, though.
But Love Hook, one of my favorites. But yeah, so I don't think, man, long story short, we got way off course there. I don't think Maggie's leaving. I don't see Maggie leaving.
But long story short,
let's hook back around to the beginning.
That was awesome. We're really good at segues.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think that Maggie's going to leave. No. I mean, there's too much riding on it. And I mean, that'd be stupid unless she just wanted this insane amount of money, because they were saying she wants to make as much as Norman Reedus and Andrew Lincoln. But the thing is, they're in a lot more scenes. They were saying, we'll give you a pay raise, but these guys are in more episodes. They have more screen time, and they've been on the show since the beginning. Andrew Lincoln, of course, since episode 1, and Norman Reedus showed up in episode 2?
2 or 3.
I believe it was episode 2 after, because, wait, no, I'm wrong. So Rick, no, it was like episode, you're right, like 3 or 4, because
I enjoyed watching.
He doesn't get out of Atlanta at first. Cool. He goes to Atlanta first episode, gets trapped in the tank. Glenn gets him out. He meets up with Andrea and all of them. And I think it's the end of that episode that they get out of Atlanta, right? And back to
that sounds right.
Back to the camp. And then in episode 3, that's when Daryl comes back from his hunting trip. And
they're little fact, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this before. The guy that's in the tank, the zombie soldier, that's actually his name escapes me. But you remember those Star Wars, The Force Unleashed?
Yeah.
So that's Sam something. But anyway, that's him. He plays Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on Once Upon a Time. He's in that Being Human TV show. It's just Sam something. I'll look it up.
Been in a lot, it sounds
I wish
like.
I knew his name. But he's recognizable.
But yeah, side note,
Samwise Gamgee. That's it. No,
Matt's got to watch it. I'm almost done with it. JP's already watched it, but I'm blown away by Westworld. If you've never watched that show, you really need to go watch it. It's amazing. They just, season 1 wrapped up. When did it come out? 2016.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Season 1's wrapped up a while back, but they're getting ready to I think, April 22nd, somewhere in April, season 2's coming out. If you've never watched that show, seriously, you should go. It's amazing. But where I'm getting at is I think we're considering podcasting about that when season 2 comes around.
Oh.
So if you like that show, comment below. Let us know that you are a Westworld fan. And if we see enough of it, then we'll say, okay, well, we'll podcast about that.
Need something to take Game of Thrones' place.
Yeah. I can't wait to 2019, but I don't want to wish my time away either. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't think Maggie's going anywhere. I think that would be stupid for them to let her go unless she just asks for some insane amount of money, Yep, it was Tell It to the Frogs. Episode 3 was Daryl's first appearance. I was thinking 2.
Thank you.
It is 3.
Thank you. I just threw that out there. Thank you.
But
thank you.
I was thinking the whole Atlanta thing wrapped up in one episode, but I forgot that was a 2-parter because he gets stuck in the tank and Glenn's like, you comfortable in there, dumbass? And then the next episode is. So yeah, but I mean, Daryl's been in it since episode 3, Rick episode 1, and then Maggie didn't even come in until season 2. So it makes sense they'd make a little bit more, and then she doesn't have as much screen time. But at the same time, I hope she gets the money she wants and she stays on the show. Hope everybody can win in this. But
that's very nice of you.
So that's right. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. More Walking Dead stuff on the way. Like I said, right now we're kind of just scraping the bottom of the barrel of things to talk about, and work's busy. And once the show comes back on, we'll be full force. We'll have more to talk about. We'll have another Walking Dead comic podcast coming soon as a new issue comes out tomorrow.
Wow.
Pretty excited for that. Some big developments in the last one, so we're going to see where it goes. And JP, you mentioned wanting to maybe podcast about Brian Michael Bendis leaving Marvel and going to DC at some point.
Yeah. Some cool stuff going on over there.
Yeah, so a couple of podcasts on the way. And I think we were going to try this Sunday, but if not, it'll be in the next few Sundays to go check out this old graveyard that's in the middle of the woods with graves from the 1700s. And it's just out in the middle of the woods. We're going to go at night to make it extra scary.
Virginia woods.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can find. So we'll have that for you coming up soon.
Do you have a favorite Super Bowl commercial?
Probably Crocodile Dundee, too, just because Danny McBride would make it
that would be the 4th Crocodile Dundee movie, by the way.
I keep saying 2, but I know it's the second iteration of the series, I guess, is what I mean. But, because Danny McBride would be a terrible Crocodile Dundee, but at the same time, I like Danny McBride so much that I would watch it. So
we were talking about that yesterday.
It's just a very well done commercial.
We were talking about how Kevin Hart kind of does the same character all the time. Danny McBride does that, but I feel like Danny McBride does it better.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. Like Kevin Hart was great,
because he does that in different ways depending on his character. Because you had This Is the End. What is it? What's it called?
This Is the End.
This Is the End. Danny McBride's not the same as Tropic Thunder. Danny McBride, like he's like that badass, but in for instance in This Is the End, he's much more of an asshole. Like you don't want him around you. Right. Whereas in Tropic Thunder, he's still got the same traits, but he's not an asshole. He's just this funny guy that likes to blow things up. Okay. He can do Danny McBride in different ways. Like I guess the difference is the level of assholeness he throws out with it. Whereas Kevin Hart just kind of.
It's Kevin Hart.
He yells a lot and makes references to how short he is. Did you see him getting denied access?
Yes, that was awesome. Because we watched that later just because he was too drunk. That was great. What about you, JP?
I didn't catch any of the Super Bowl.
What about any of the commercials or anything?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
the
neither
Tide
one
one
of
threw
my
me
teams.
off for a loop.
Yeah, my teams were in it. I didn't really. I'm glad the Eagles won because I always root for the underdog, and it was a great. I mean, if you missed it, it was a great game. Like there was 20-some different records broken.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. Keep talking. I need this bottle.
Stop cracking your neck while I'm talking.
I crushed this bottle, and now I realize, I need that for the gym. So there we go.
Okay.
All right. So I believe that's going to wrap it up. The Super Bowl was it was a good game. What'd you think of the halftime show?
I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I thought it was really good. Apparently, Justin Timberlake does that whole medley in concert, but without and that's where he uses that microphone stand. Amazing thing. Most amazing thing was
the microphone
Justin
stand
Timberlake's
was
microphone
so
stand.
cool, man.
Springy microphone stand.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, we'll catch you again later this week, I'm sure. And like and subscribe. Sorry, this sounds very unprofessional. I'm saying a lot, but it's just kind of an impromptu. Just kind of trying to stay in contact with the listeners until we get back full force when the show starts.
We love you
on the 25th. And we'll be podcasting, of course, that Monday morning. So, I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And JP.
Are you sure?
Relative.
I've been watching Westworld. Are you sure that you're JP?
He is what we think JP should be.
Yeah, just don't worry about what's on the inside.
Have you been questioning the nature of your reality?
Always.
Do you have a gym teacher on the inside?
Since about 6th grade.
We'll get you a counselor.
Good luck.